What's up, guys? It's Colin here with UpNorthOutdoors, and today we're gonna go through and check every single one of my deer stands and deer blinds, and possibly sight in my deer catchers as well. So let's just get right into it. This is my first stand we're checking here. I don't really need to check this one. This one's fine because my buddy and I bow hunted out of it like a week ago. So everything with this stand is good. Figured I'd just drive by it anyway because we're gonna go check my trail cam as well. And then that's really the only stand I have in this area right now. So the stand's good. I'm gonna go grab the trail cam. We'll see if there's any pictures on there and then start checking the rest. It is going to be a very, very cold opener up here in northern Minnesota. Definitely more cold than usual. It's gonna be more like typical third weekend weather for first weekend. Hopefully it'll warm up later in the season, but you never know. Basically, when I checked last night, it said Saturday is supposed to be a low of 10 in the morning and then a high of 26 during the day. And then Sunday is going to be a low of 6 and a high of 16. So, yeah, it's going to be a freaking cold one. All this stuff with today is my 90, I think it's a 94, I can't remember. I have too many of these old trucks. I think it's a 94 F350 with the big old 460 under the hood, the old 7 mile to the gallon motor, factory. It's a crew cab long box, and then I've got a greasy topper on it right now, which will somewhat come in handy during this hunting season. So that trail cam I'm gonna be checking is way back in that back corner there of these pine trees. So, and that's a spot where if there's pictures on there, there's some nice pictures on there. I'm gonna set up a blind back there. If not today, probably tomorrow. There she is, the old trail cam. Well, it's got like 400 pictures on it since I put it out 2 nights ago. So when we get it home, we'll see if there's anything good on it. Well, looking through the pictures, a lot of them was just birds, but this is the first deer we've seen on here. Nice little fork. Actually, it's a 6 because it's got 2. Yeah, nice little 6. I don't know how well you can see that, but nice little, kind of a tall fork on there too. Spike fork thing. Yeah, so basically just kind of spikes and forks. Nothing, that little 6 is basically a fork with a couple little extra tines, but nothing huge. And then there were some does on there too walking by. But we'll, when we go check my swamp stand, we'll throw the trail cam up there for 2 or 3 days too and see if you get any pictures of anything bigger out there. Brought her deer catcher over here. We can't say the G word, right?
Okay, my deer catcher.
Yep. So we're gonna make sure her deer catcher is still sighted in on the range. I'm gonna grab mine and probably throw some lead down too, make sure mine's still sighted in, and call it good. Here's her deer catcher. And we got the range here. There's one way down there, if you can see that. But do hers first. Well, I was able to hit that second target. Yeah, you're good.
Am I on?
Huh?
Is it on?
Yeah, I just hit that one at like 200. You're good.
Got it.
You're good. Make sure mine's on. We're good. Ray.
What?
We're good. So we're gonna go show Marae one of the stands I set up. I told her, well, what'd I tell you?
I don't want to talk.
Oh. I told her that I don't know how freezing cold it's gonna be or how warm of a stand it is, just that she shook on it that if she can, yeah, she had to decide if she wants to sit in it or not. If no, then there's no taking it back, and if she says yes, there's no taking it back. So she ended up saying yes.
And it's gonna be a crappy, scary little stand.
And now she's gonna have to sit in it opener morning.
Yeah. And it's gonna be super crappy, and I'm nervous. But I agreed to it, so we'll see.
We'll see.
How about I just sit in the creepy house and shoot out the window?
No.
Why?
No.
Why? What was that I saw? I might be excited now. Yep, I'm glad I shook on it. I'm very glad I shook on it. Thanks.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's got a pretty good view from here. Yeah, don't lock that. I have no idea what the comm is.
Okay.
Even just from the sun, it's pretty warm in here.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah, you got a pretty good view out there.
Oh yeah.
And then this way too. Oh yeah. And down there.
Shoot, I'll just sleep in here.
No, that's the one rule is you can't sleep.
No, like sleep here the night before.
Oh, no. I mean, you could drop, that board drops down into like a bed right here.
Yeah, see? Grab a little sleeping bag.
What is that? Is that a dead frog?
Yeah.
Ew, don't touch it. You
Maybe
don't put that
buddy.
there. Throw it outside.
No, it's my buddy for
Throw
my
it
buddy.
outside because when it's going to start stinking disgustingly when it gets warm and it's going to be mushy. Yeah. I like it.
Yes, I do.
You can even do some fishing in the field. Pop those holes open if you want.
Ooh, I need.
Okay, so Marae, you like your stand?
Yes.
So that's probably where Marae's gonna sit opener morning at least, either that or possibly in the stand down there in the field too. So it's gonna be a cold one. I know some of you guys call people pansies that use heaters, but when it's gonna be 10 degrees out in the morning, like, come on.
And let me also say this. The first time that I ever sat in a stand with a heater was with him. So, and it was just because he was treating me like a princess.
Yeah, I normally don't use a heater.
Yeah.
My
'cause-
grandpa uses heaters, which I don't blame him. I use heaters a lot too. I just...
My
What?
family... I wasn't done talking. My family's thing is, unless you have like arthritis or you're old, you've had like a joint replaced, you don't get a heater. If we're going to take an animal's life, we have to sit and get an experience of what they live through, so...
Well, we're not all spiritual about it. My family, we just, I just don't like using a heater all the time because I feel like it's a little bit loud and deer could hear it. Because I mean, they're pretty loud when they go. But I don't know. My grandpa shot more deer than me, and he runs a heater all the time. So I guess I don't know. I have shot some nice bucks throughout the years though, without a heater, and so has she. So I don't know. Then I have a couple stands that you can't even really fit a heater in, just some chair stands that a heater wouldn't work. So obviously I don't run them in there either. But when it's gonna be 10 degrees out in the morning, opening morning, I don't blame anybody for using a heater. It's gonna be nasty. Whew. Ray is going to do her dance class real quick. She like not her dance class help. She's like an instructor, helper person for these little kids or yeah. But while she goes and does that, I am going to check the last of the stands of mine. Then my grandpa's stand that's out there too, his stand actually rotted out. So I'm gonna help him rebuild his stand on Thursday. So the stand that I'm checking now, if you guys remember one of my more popular videos where I took the Fummas out mudding, I was just on the swamp up here and we got really buried. I got the Jeep buried too, and we had to pull it out with the 6.7, and it was kind of a crapshoot. Yeah, so that stand is on this chunk of property here with the swamp right there. So I'll just show you. There's woods right here, right? And then swamp starts right here on either side of the road. So where this woods is, deer cross over the road and they follow the edge of the swamp because obviously they don't want to walk through the swamp. So you'll get the deer that'll cross the woods here and they'll just follow the edge of that swamp all the way up, and then way back in that corner is where my stand is, which is kind of right in this little chunk of woods on the edge of the swamp. So when you get those big bucks and stuff coming up along that edge, I'll be able to see them out of that stand. Kind of a little funny story about why I put that stand up actually. So before I didn't have a stand on this property and I went out for an evening hunting out there, so I just kind of sat in the bushes. Here, I'll show you where. Kind of like some bulrushes there lining the field. Oh, why did it just get gray? There's some bulrushes there like lining the field between where it's swamp and field, and I kind of just like sat back in those, right? And when I was sitting in those bushes, I had a deer literally probably 5 yards away from me behind those bulrushes on the swamp side, walking right by me. And I like looked back and it was so thick, all I could see was just brown. So I was like, okay, it's probably a doe, whatever. But it was like, I had a revolver with me too, and I had a rifle, but yeah, deer catcher. It was walking behind me and I was like, okay, whatever. It was like 5 yards away. And then it walked all the way up. It was still behind the woods, and then it popped out right on the edge of the field, way up there. It popped out, and I was able to see it for like 5 seconds, and it was literally the biggest buck I had ever seen in my entire life. And I threw the gun up, which I didn't have any rest because I was just in those bushes. There was nothing I could rest the gun on. I threw my gun up and looked at it through the scope, and it was a monster, absolute monster. But it was hauling. It was just walking, and before I would have even been able to take a shot, which it would have. I'm glad I didn't take the shot, because if I did hit it, it wouldn't have been very humane, because I didn't have a rest and it was probably 200 yards or more away. And then there's a hill, and then it went over the hill, so it was just like, oh. But you could still see its rack sticking up over the hill. So then I'm just sitting there watching its rack bounce up and down over the hill as it was walking, and disappeared and walked onto the neighbor's property, who they were hunting that night too. So that's probably a good chance they shot it that night. And it was a giant though, like it was so big. And that's I'm pretty sure that week I bought a stand and put it up there. So yeah, that's kind of my little story behind this stand. And I've seen so many deer out of this stand too, just the last couple of years hunting out of it. It's definitely a solid stand, but it's also my most sketchy one. That field, because I'd probably get buried just like I did in the Fummins, because the ground is actually still kind of soft. So we're gonna go as far as we can with the truck through the trails back here and then walk it. It's a little muddy up here too. solid inch. Yeah, no, that's like 2 inches. Inch and a half, 2 inches. Wow. Definitely getting cold. Right here on our backyard shooting range. See the shooting deck is way back there by that red barn. You can see it. Yeah. And the stand is still quite a ways from here. Oh. Good thing this thing is already scratched up in pieces. We're probably gonna walk it from here. Yeah, we'll walk from here. This is the first deer stand one of the first deer stands I ever hunted out of with my grandpa when I was a kid. Right here. This is the stand I shot my biggest buck out of, which that box on the top is pretty rotted out now. So we're gonna be taking this down, and then we're building a new box that's gonna be out of treated wood and throw that on top of it and put it back up. But got a nice shooting lane there, and then you got one that goes ways down there, and then one down there where I parked my truck. The buck, huge one I shot was down here. But yeah, so my swamp stand is quite a ways farther this way and then over in the swamp down there. And my stand is tall enough too where I can overlook that field in front of the swamp as well. Oh, there's a fresh deer trail. I would like to get another stand or two up back here as well. We have too much property and not enough deer stands right now. Yeah, there's a deer trail. Going through there too. This swamp actually wraps around here too. But we're getting closer. Yeah, deer trail running through here too. That's sweet. Good sign. For sure. It's actually a pretty solid deer trail. Running right here. It's good. So yeah, basically the setup is deer stand here, swamp here. This is basically swamp here too, this is kind of where that swamp runs through here and connects up to that swamp. Then you got that chunk of woods right there that they walk through. And then you got the field up there. So it's a pretty good traffic area. I mean, I had a lot of deer when I was hunting in that stand literally like walk right under me, like directly under me in the stand. So it's definitely a pretty good stand. It's just, as you can see, it's just kind of a cheap $80-$90 sketchy deer stand that's held on with ratchet straps. Is the only thing. So I really got to check this thing out and make sure it's safe. Last year it was kind of sketchy. Yeah, until this trail came up. I mean, it looks like there's some pretty good traffic just coming through this trail here. So I'm probably just going to throw it up. Ooh, I don't know. Find a tree that I can kind of see kind of farther away and throw it up. Or maybe I'll throw it on that tree, face it that way. See if you can see anything walking through here. But yeah, that's kind of it right there. So I'm going to set the camera down, kind of need both hands and check this stand out. hunt out of this thing this year, because if you take a look at this, I need to prop like a board or something under this because this sunk into the ground. It's really, it moves down. You can wiggle it up and down like that. Which another part of that problem is that second ratchet strap needs to be tightened up too. That one's gotten loose. The bottom one's good, but the second one is pretty loose. And then if you can see, there's a couple supports there. That one on the left, the nut worked loose and that one came off. And then the one on the right is just held on by a few threads, which I think I kind of jerry-rigged while I was hunting, because I noticed that last year and got that one on, but that's really all I was able to go on. And I think part of that problem that you can't get them lined up right is because of this. So I think if I want to keep using the stand, I need to get a board under there, prop that up so it doesn't keep wiggling down. And then I need to get those supports both back on all the way and tighten up that ratchet strap. So there's some work that needs to be done to this stand before I'm really comfortable with hunting out of it like this. I hunted out of it like this last year, and when I was walking up it, it dropped down like a foot. And I don't know, I didn't like that. So it's not worth, I've heard too many horror stories of people breaking their backs or dying or whatever, falling out of those deer stands. And I've got enough out here that I would rather get this stand in working order before I'm comfortable with sitting in it, or letting anybody else sit in it for that matter. But it's only Tuesday, so I got time. Probably tomorrow or Thursday, maybe Thursday even, when my grandpa and I are gonna be out here anyway working on his stand. Maybe I'll grab some stuff for this one too, and maybe after I get my hand building that one, maybe you can help me out with this one for a minute and get this one a little more secure, because I really do like this spot and I would like to be able to sit here some point during the deer season. So, but this week we'll get it figured out. We'll get her figured out. But I'm gonna throw this trail camera up here still and see if there's get any pictures on it. Probably just keep it up here until we come out here to fix it. So, and I'll check and see if we got any pics on it. Oh, just kidding. I think I freaking forgot the SD card for it in my truck. I bet you I did. Probably in my laptop still from when I looked at those pictures. Or did I put it back? Let's see. I'm guessing I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Alright, it's getting dark again. So, I'm gonna start trekking back to the truck. Try to get her out of here before dark. Under this branch here, some scrapes in the dirt there with tracks in them. So maybe they are starting to rut. Looks like it was before we had the snow. So either that or it could be from last year, but I doubt it, because I feel like the grass would have grown back up since then. Well, now it's time for the fun task of trying to back this thing up. The sweet bonus too of having a topper on your truck is it's so easy to back up. Not at all. It sucks, especially when I have stupid mirrors that, especially that one that just bends on its own. It doesn't stay in place. The wind will just push it off. So I got about one mirror to work with over here. And that's about it. I made it out, but I did that by accident. Tow mirrors plus, wow, there we go. Tow mirrors plus trail riding, especially tight trails, probably isn't the best combo, but it's all right. Well, burned up a good half a tank of gas today, thanks to the awesome fuel economy of the 460, just driving around checking stands. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Deer season is upon us. It's gonna be here before we know it. Yeah, this truck, honestly, I don't know. I'm really happy about it. It's pretty much the perfect hunting rig, in my opinion. Besides exhaust, I definitely just do some exhaust. It's pretty loud, but with the 4 doors, it's nice. Got room to fit guns and jackets and boots and gear and stuff like that in the back, and I can keep them warm if I want. And then it's nice having the long bed, and it's nice having the topper so I can put gear and stuff back there as well and not worry about it getting snowed on right now, because it seems like we're getting snow. Just a little little bursts of it, and then it kind of melts a little bit, and then we get a little more. That's kind of how it's been going right now. So it's as ugly as the topper is. It's nice to have to keep snow off of things right now, but it does make a really good hunting rig. So I didn't get a chance to pick up those U-bolts, but I will be picking up U-bolts for that red truck tomorrow. They're ordered. They should be sitting in Auto Valley right now. I'll pick them up tomorrow. I'm gonna go help Brandon with his car tonight. He actually got a whole new top end for it that we're gonna work on putting on tonight. So I'll probably film that and probably throw that in the end of the next video. But I'm gonna get inside and edit this video right now, post it, and then probably head into town to give him a hand. So thanks for watching, guys. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Click that bell button if you haven't already, because my videos haven't been popping up in a lot of people's subscription feeds. And if you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button for more content like this. Real quick again, I'd just like to give all the glory to God and thank God for letting me be able to get out here and do this and enjoy these outdoors. And thanks for blessing me to have been able to be born in an area like this and not be living in a city or something where I wouldn't have the opportunity to be able to be driving around and walking around in the woods. Because honestly, I love the wilderness so much, and I thank God for it, because it's awesome.